What was unclear now is clear. Because the world, the universe, and truth are far bigger than the thoughts that you and I have accepted. It's not what you do, it's who you are. This moment right now is the single most important and beautiful moment of our life. Be in this moment, play in this moment, have this moment, live this moment. Want what's happening now. We begin to see that life is not so serious, that we're here to enjoy this experience of life through the tears, through the sadness, and through the fears. Every stream in life, every experience of life is leading me to the ocean of my existence. It's awesome stuff to live.
Oh, Buddha!
We don't need to do anything. There is no place else to be but where we are.
Situated on the banks of the Yamuna River, Vrindavan is truly holy ground. A city with more than 1,000 shrines, this is the home of Lord Krishna, the Hindu embodiment of human love. According to legend, 3,500 years ago, young Krishna romped with the gopis, his milkmaids, and stole their clothes as they bathed in the river. Today, pilgrims from all over the world pay homage to Krishna in Vrindavan and nearby Mathura.
Well, this is the last place on earth I ever thought I would wind up. Here I am at the base of the Yamuna River in India, the very playground of Krishna himself, where he used to play as a child. One of the great spiritual masters of India. India is a very sacred place. Their whole attitude is so different than our own. And while I've been on the path a long, long time working within myself, I never thought I would ever come to the Mecca of all spirituality. This is where, so to speak, religion, real religion, was born. Not the religion of the West, but the religion of the heart, which is what real religion is. We're going to be looking at some very deep subjects in this series. We're going to be looking at spirituality, the cleansing of the heart, the letting go of ego, pride, and vanity. We're going to be looking at the very core of our being. It's all captured here in India, in her people, in the consciousness, and in the way they live, with a total sense of innocence and love. Great seekers, true seekers, people who really seek the path, find themselves feeling the call. At first, it's the call of something unknown. And then it becomes the call of something so mysterious, so penetrating, so prevailing inside of a person's being that they have to follow this call. And that's why I'm in India. As much as I tried to deny it, and as much as I wanted to get away from it, as much as I thought I could get it in the West and just stay there with it, coming here to India has certainly changed my life, even in the few days that we have been here, because you get the feeling. All great seekers come to India. You have to come here, because this is the place where people have meditated for thousands of years, and you can feel the Shakti, you can feel the power of their meditation. And it's something that goes beyond thoughts and words. Westerners coming to this beautiful country often look at the pain and the suffering of the beggars and the sick people. We spent a day on the street yesterday just being with the people and the beggars. But there's a joy within them that we don't have. There's a Vast difference between the people here who are begging and those on Madison Avenue who are begging. The people here have a sense of heart, a sense of wisdom, of their own spirituality. They need very little, and yet they find so much deeply within themselves. They could teach us a tremendous lesson, a lesson which is born out of meditation and out of love. We are at the place where Krishna played. He was the master of love. His love conquered demons, conquered enemies of all kinds with the simple stroke of his heart. This is what our work is about. You come to India, you feel the meditation of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. But I cannot help but feel within myself that I am here for even more personal reasons than any of those. It is as though this is a home of mine, a place that I too have been. Maybe you have traveled here at one time or another in your existence. And I've come home to something I don't always understand, but it is a call. It is the call of something unknown within myself, within you. India. It is not just a land of mystery. It is not a place of intrigue. It is a place of consciousness where millions of people have gathered together in the sacredness of life and have found a sense of wholeness in their being. This is where God is. So what brings me to India? Probably the feelings. The feelings that are here that are unlike any other feelings you've ever known. It's hard to describe it over the camera, but there is a feeling of tremendous acceptance and simplicity for life, which has torn away all of the superficial problems that you and I create in the West and allows there to be a clarity and a kindness. No wonder meditation was born in this country. Where else could it be born?
सतयुग में के सती जो थी महादेव जी.
Once Parvati, the high goddess and consort of Lord Shiva, attended a ceremony at her father's house where she suffered an insult from some of the guests. So she stepped into the fire and killed herself. Shiva, in a mad rage, put her on his shoulder and flew around the universe, upsetting the equilibrium of the cosmos. So Lord Vishnu, in an effort to calm Shiva, cut Parvati's body into millions of pieces. In fact, a piece of her hair fell at this very spot, and the word for hair in Sanskrit is kesh. So that is why this place is called Keshikat. Later, Parvati reappeared and said to Shiva, "How can you be so foolish? You, above all, should know that I can never die." During the time of Krishna, the entire area surrounding Vrindavan was a beautiful garden. What remains is this holy ground and shrine known as Nikunjaban. Scores of monkeys linger about the grounds until dusk, when they all depart so as not to tempt fate. Because, it is said, to stay in the garden after 8 p.m. is to die, for that is when Lord Krishna returns to play again each night.
So everybody's asked me, Gregory, why are you going to India? Well, some people have midlife crisis in many different ways. Some people have job, career problems, family problems, personal problems, physical problems. Mine is India. Coming here has destroyed every single illusion I ever had about spirituality, about God, about what it was to be spiritual. Totally destroyed it. And if we can bring this message to you a little bit on Aspire, it will change your life as well. We're here in the garden where Krishna played with his gopis. There's myths all around this beautiful garden, that he played here with his women friends, and that this was a happy place for him, a place of playfulness. And that may help us in our understanding that we have lost our sense of playfulness here in the West. To us, playful is what we do. To the Indian people, playfulness is the way they are. Wherever we have gone, where there are Indian people in the villages, in the temples, they smile at us, they welcome us, they laugh, they care. We have lost that smile and we have lost that laugh to Madison Avenue, to desires, to things that we want, to places we think we should be. The people here are very unique. They're very happy the way they are. They're not worried about nuclear attack, the stock market. They're not concerned about what their neighbors are thinking of them. It's very interesting. Their total devotion to their own sense of spirituality, a devotion to their sense of life. They don't have lofty goals and purposes. They have a sense of reality. And it's boggling to me, even as I stand here and I look at all the Indian people around us, smiling, laughing. Their sense of reality is right now. Our sense of reality is always outside of ourselves. India is a very sobering experience. It's an experience where we begin to understand what it is that we've lost and what it is we need to regain. The moment we stepped off the airplane in India and got walking on the streets, it was very, very crucial and obvious to me that death was prevalent. But death to them is so much different than the death that we have in our society. We plan for our death and we make a very big deal out of it. We've even invented some sort of destination for our death. That's not so here in India. These people are different. They have fully lived their life. When I say to you, fully live your life, do you think about the things you've done, the things that you have, the places you've gone? What do you think is a rightful life? Well, for us, it usually means that we've done this, done that, been there, done this, done that, and that's all we've done. Our life is something we've done. It's not been something we've experienced. The people here in India, they experience every moment of their life. It's precious because they know in any minute it could be gone. The way they revere life is the key to their spirituality and the key to ours. It's not valued by ownership or possession. It's valued as experience, as love. And there's so much love here. These people are so beautifully innocent and childlike. They accept us with warmth and charm and graciousness. There's humor at every step of the way that we have taken and laughter. I can't explain to you, except through those words and some pictures that we're going to try to show you, obviously, the charm of this place. It's a presence that lives here. It's not so much what is happening, it's more what is not happening. There is not the idea of goal orientation or objects or things. It's acceptance. The acceptance of life, the acceptance of death. And between life and death with these people has come love. It has moved me to such a degree that I don't think I or you, having this experience, could ever be the same. So the question I've got to ask myself is, am I going to let India really affect me? Am I going to let life and the death of it and the acceptance of the way things are here affect me, the beggars, the people who are begging me for money? Am I going to allow myself to accept the death that I see and the life that I see? So far for me, it's been about acceptance. It's a hard one for me because it destroys my shell of the things that I believe in. That's what it's all about. That's the fun of the search.
No! One more. Again.
Take.
Again.
No!
Yes.
Slurp it out of your hand.
No!
Drinking. Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
I'll probably have the runs for the next 3 weeks after this, but what the heck.
संक्रांत जी को तो या वक्त मजा ले रही हूँ कलकत्ता वाली धर्मशाला में मैं हमारे तेरे बाबा का संबंध
I think it's important for everybody in their own life to follow their own sense of lead, their own sense of feel of their life. And for me, it has led me here to the home of Krishna, the most famous place in the world where people come to make pilgrimage to love, which is what Krishna stood for, and to give their offering to something that is beyond themselves, an offering that is not money, it's an offering of the heart and of the soul. There comes a time within every person's life where they realize how mortal they are. And if I may say this, and please forgive me, how much time we've wasted living our life on the periphery, living our life for what we can have, what we can get, what we can own, where we can go, and what other people think of us. And then we begin to realize what a wastage it's been. because all we've done is tried to accumulate, fulfill desires. And even when they were fulfilled, they weren't meaningful. They didn't change our life significantly. You start to look now for transformation rather than for the cheap, quick change, which is what most people are always looking for, the cheap, quick, easy change. Coming here to Krishna's home where literally millions and millions of people have come to do the very thing I'm going to do, to pay homage and respect and love to the God of love. Love is what it's all about. It's not about anything else. That's when your mortal side begins to finally drop away and you begin to realize that life isn't meaningful unless there's a sense of spirituality. You've had sex, you've had objects, you've been places, you've had children, you've done all the things that quote unquote normal people are meant to do. And it still doesn't mean anything to you. And now you're looking for that place, that certain something. And you know where it's always been? Inside of here. But we missed it because we were so busy trying to figure out what was important and what was meaningful and what we should be doing and how we should be doing it and how we should look doing it and is everybody else doing it. So we've done this so long, we've missed our life. I've come to India to do something special for myself and to share it with you. It's about getting down to the nitty-gritty of myself for the first time in my own life.
जरा खोल दे।
I want to give you a gift.
कृष्ण भगवान
Krishna Bhagwan,
वृंदावन में है
Vrindavan Hari,
हमारी
Hamari.
वृंदावन धाम की
Donations given in tribute to Krishna here in Vrindavan serve to aid the poverty-stricken, orphans, and destitute widows, many of whom have lost their husbands in the war with Pakistan. In return, a tile is inscribed with the names of one's family and is placed amidst the hundreds of thousands of tiles adorning the city. Perhaps less tangible, but more important, is the grace and blessing of Lord Krishna, received by one who gives freely and without reservation.
There's something about performing an ancient ceremony that's been done thousands of years that way that triggers something inside of your soul. Maybe a sense of humility and humbleness. Maybe a sense of realizing within me that these flowers have more significance to me than all the possessions that I've ever earned or have been given in my life. Basically, what that was all about was devoting my life to love and letting my life be more about love than about things. What a big change for Mr. Penn that's going to be. It's not going to be worrying about paying the bills, maybe living my life in a different way than I've ever lived it before. Living it as love, living it as compassion. Kind of feels like you get a new start. This is just a small part of my trek in India. I think there's a lot more to go with this, but I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to share it with you. I feel that love is something that takes a lot of courage. Love is difficult, it's not easy. Spirituality is about love. It's not about doctrines and creeds. It's not about religious belief. It's not about fervent emotion. It's about simple feelings, kindness, compassion, openness, playfulness, all the things that the Indian people, to me, represent. They've given me a wonderful gift, simplicity.
Gobindeo is one of the largest temples in Vrindavan. Built in 1590 with the encouragement of the Mughal Akbar, a giant oil lamp burned continuously for years from the upper story. The lamp was visible from as far away as Delhi, much to the disdain of Aurangzeb, one of Akbar's descendants. In his rage, the entire top half of the shrine was destroyed, but the lamp housing was relocated here at the rear of the shrine. The temple's vaulted ceiling makes it one of the most advanced Hindu shrines in northern India. It is said that to remove one of the lotus petals from the centerpiece would cause the entire temple to crumble.
Don't think for a moment that the people of India are to be pitied. They are to be revered, to be understood. They're not stupid. They live in a very different world than we do. They don't live in a world of an accumulation. They don't live in the hard world that we live in, that Madison Avenue world where it's sell, 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 get, get, get. They live between birth and death, and they allow this experience to be just exactly what it's supposed to be for them. And they're a community of people who are on a spiritual path. Every one of these people is totally devoted in some way or another in their own life to a supreme sense of devotion to spirituality. It isn't an escape like it is for us in the West. We use religion as a way of being right. They use it as a way of living their life. They're not interested in the equation of 2 + 2 = 4. We've always got to be right. They live the equation of 4 without even caring that 2 and 2 make it. They're not asking, why am I here in India? Why do I have such poverty? How can I change my life? How could I make the world better? They live in existence as it is and accept it. This is the greatest phenomenon of a spiritual person. Spirituality isn't making things better. It's accepting things as they are. It is feeling the moment that we are in and sensing that presence beyond the circumference of our suffering, of our pleasure, of our pain, of our love, and of our hate. These people are more than inspiring. They give us a sense of equilibrium about our life. The flowers I wear around my neck, these were a gift of love. And they represent the deepest part of India's respect for religion. It is the religion of simplicity and kindness. There's a certain psychology that a person needs to attain to God. It isn't the psychology of being right or perfect, the idea of being a better person. It's the psychology of kindness, compassion, willingness. Today, in shooting this with you, we get a real taste of people as they are. Children, little boys, little girls, people who, as you look at them from your Western point of view, who don't seem to have as much of a chance in the future as we do, but they're very much alive, very playful. Their curiosity, their warmth, and their character shine through. And there's something about that we are missing because we are extremists. We have to be extremely right, extremely rich, extremely technical, and we miss out on the simple. If there's anything that we've shared with you in this particular edition of Aspire, I hope it's compassion and simplicity. Don't feel sorry for Indian people. Don't shun them. You have to begin to see that our shell needs to be cracked. To come to India is to be touched and to be deeply moved. To really be touched and moved by something beyond what it is that we are used to thinking of as being good. There is great wealth in this poverty. There is great understanding in this innocence, and there is great love in India. And I've also begun to find it within myself as well. Namaste.